I'm genuinely curious. How does this keep on happening to people? Granted, I know I make this sound like it happens all the time, and it probably does to an extent, but it's not like it happens every day, or I hope it doesn't happen every day. But yeah, a lady got scammed out of $10,000 because she was talking to someone who she believed was one of the actors from Stranger Things, and she sent $10,000. I don't know how, don't know what goes through someone's mind. So first of all, I think that a celebrity needs your money, at least 10K of it. Don't know how that runs through your mind. Second of all, I don't know how you get to the point where you don't even try and authenticate that you're actually talking to that celebrity. But you know what? Let's get into the story. Yeah, your eyes aren't deceiving you. Stranger Things superfan claims she lost thousands from, I'll be honest, I don't know how to say their name. Decray Montgomery's imposter catfish. Yeah, catfish isn't a brand new term around here. I don't think I need to explain it to you, but there is even a whole TV show based around it. Essentially, the idea is the person that you're talking to on the other side isn't actually the same person. So let's say you go to meet up. Let's say you're talking to a girl and you think she's fine as fuck. You think she's beautiful and you're like, hey, babe, let's meet up. You know, I think you're hot. I think you're sexy, all that shit. You know, let me treat you to a good dinner. Then you go to treat her out to a good dinner. You see someone go sit at your table and then you sit there, you're looking around like, where the cameras at? Who the fuck are you? I don't remember. We didn't have no discussion. I think you're sitting at the wrong table, miss. You know, and then you find out that it was that person. But what happened was they were pretending to be someone that they're not. That's essentially what catfish is, and the chance that you somehow did not know. So it starts by saying that a Kentucky woman superfan identified only as Michaela alleged that she was the victim of a catfishing ruse that scammed her out of about $10,000 in gift cards and checks.
He tells me that he's Dacre Montgomery. I am obsessed with Stranger Things. When I tallied it all up, it was $10,000-ish.
Anytime someone asks you for a gift card, you might as well start having all your alerts, red flags go off. I don't know in what universe anyone's going to ask you for a gift card other than to scam you. I will admit, though, the only reason why I'm even so well versed in that is because of Kit Boga and all the scam baiter channels that sort of go through that shit every day. And I'm actually like a big fan of those channels, so I kind of stay up to date when it comes to scams. But yeah, if someone asks you for gift cards, don't do it. Just call them a scammer. Don't believe him. That's my best advice I can give you in life. So it says that it originally started when Michaela, who says she works in editing and production, joined an online forum hoping to connect with other creative-minded people. Someone who eventually claimed to be Montgomery, who plays Billy in Stranger Things, reached out to her. Since connecting, Michaela and the actor bonded over their frustrations with their respective partners. Michaela was estranged from her toxic ex-husband, and the actor claimed Montgomery's real girlfriend, Liv Pollock, controlled their joint finances. The impersonator also claimed they were breaking up with Pollock and asked Michaela whether she wanted to be in a relationship. Michaela's suspicions were quelled when the supposed split matched up with the real Montgomery and Pollock's social media activity. What she didn't know was that the couple often takes month-long breaks from posting each other on Instagram.
At about a year after we kind of admitted feelings for each other, he said, you know, there's nothing like, you know, the feeling of love when it's reciprocated. And I said, what? And he said, I'm indirectly asking you out. And I was like, okay, well, I'm kind of stupid about this. I was like, what do you mean asking me out? And he said, I want you to be my girlfriend. And he was just like, but you got to keep it quiet. He said, because, you know, I'm still with Liv. At the time that he said that they had broken up, he said they've been broken up for about 6 months. When I went back into his past history, like on his Instagram and things, the romantic sort of, you know, flirty messages that they would send to each other, like, you know, post about each other, had stopped within that time period.
So the plot thickens, it gets more intriguing as the story continues. This has been going on for over a year. She's been talking to this person that she believes is to be the actor from Stranger Things, looking at Instagram, having her little FBI board up, connecting the dots like, well, they didn't post on Instagram. They're talking about each other no more. And, you know, clearly they're not together no more. It all adds up. You got me. All right, I believe you're the actual person. My bad for doubting you. When in reality, you know, she was being bamboozled big time. The impersonator also shared insider information about Stranger Things season 4 episode before it premiered. The Catfish team later revealed that the supposed Stranger Things secret was made public months before the season dropped. So again, this was kind of another situation where you could have looked up all this information yourself, but I get it on another token. If you're kind of like getting out of a bad relationship and then you meet someone online and you think it's said person that maybe you think things are going to hit it off. But I'm in the camp of, well, this is a celebrity or a supposed celebrity. In what universe are they going to be chilling on some online forum talking to me of all people, right? Like, that's like me saying that, yeah, You know, I was on like this obscure forum and I met Ariana Grande just chilling on there. I sent a message to her and she's like, hey, you want to fuck? You want to go out with me? You know, that's, if I told people that, they're gonna be like, you're delusional. They're gonna be like, you're getting scammed, bro. Because it doesn't happen. And like this same situation, the same shit. I don't know if she ever told any of her friends about the situation, because if they did, I would hope they'll tell her some shit like, yo, you're out of pocket. Ain't no way. You know, because that's just really unlikely as how this whole played out, because she was never actually talking to the actor to begin with. Michaela acknowledged that it was a huge red flag that the actor did not want to speak over the phone, but she brushed it off. Really? Motherfucker didn't want to talk over the phone, but you're like, you know what? That's kind of like a red flag, but who gives a fuck? Maybe there's a reason for it. Maybe he just didn't want to get caught, you know, my voice coming through his phone at the wrong time, wrong place. Is that the type of mental gymnastics that goes through people's minds?
That is one thing that was a huge red flag to me, but at the same time, I kind of understood, because he said where she was so controlling of him and he couldn't get away from her, like she's glued at his hip. He wasn't able to call. He wasn't able to, you know, video chat and stuff like that.
If you're trying to talk to someone on the other side, let's say you meet someone on Tinder or any of them other dating apps, and you sit there and say, hey, let's talk on the phone. Let's FaceTime. So I know that you're real. And they're like, then you're like, no, you're getting blocked because you're not real. Normally, the only reason someone doesn't do that is because the person you talk to on the other end isn't the same person that you think it is. As their relationship progressed, Michaela started sending the actor money in the form of gift cards and checks. In total, Michaela said she sent the actor about $10,000-ish. The real Montgomery reportedly makes more than $100,000 per Stranger Things episode. Michaela reached out to the Catfish team when cryptocurrency came into play. And so going through here, it pretty much just says what happens. It says the internet sleuths debunked Michaela's interactions with the fake actor, including the fake signatures he used on checks and the photos of lasagna that he lifted from a Martha Stewart recipe to send to Michaela. Catfish determined Michaela fell for a romance scammer who allegedly exploited her vulnerability. She said, love makes you do crazy, stupid, irrational things, I promise. She said in the video, and trauma does one heck of a thing to a person. She urged Catfish viewers to hold off on judging scammer victims and suggested they consider what they have been through. Michaela continued, these scammers, they just kind of come in and they leech off that. It's a dopamine fix every time you wake up, every time you go to bed, several hours a day. It's a fix, it's a hit. And then it just finishes off by saying that she has gone off social media, she blocked a fake account, and that this has all been reported to the police, I guess, in hopes that something will come out of it. You know, part of me understands, you know, where she's coming from in the situation of, you know what, love makes you do crazy, stupid things, but I don't think love makes you just send $10,000 to an actor you know makes fuckload way more money than you ever make in your lifetime. Also added into the fact that you have never spoken to this person at all over the phone. You've never done FaceTime. You've never done anything. And then on top of that, she divorced her husband to be with this actor that, of course, wasn't the real actor.
He told her this was the only way they could truly be together.
Because he gave me the ultimatum after we had been together for a little while. He gave me an ultimatum. He said, listen, he said, it's either your husband, he said, or it's me. And I said, look, there's no competition. I said, you treat me better.
Man, I got to stop it real quick right there. How does he treat you better, dog? Just, he says nicer messages to you across the internet? Motherfucker hasn't done anything. They haven't given you no money. They haven't taken you out to eat. They hasn't met up with you in person. Doesn't want to talk to you over the phone. They keep giving you the roundabout. They keep saying, I can't do this. I can't do this. Sorry, I would love to do it, but I can't do that. But by the way, please give me money. I mean, I don't really know if that's treating you better. I'm not here to say that her ex-husband was better. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. And there's still a reason for her to get divorced with him. But to sit there and say that this new guy that you're talking about, or the actor that she thinks that she's with, is supposedly, you know, treating her way better when they haven't done anything except to exchange conversations online is kind of delusional.
So I told my ex-husband, I said, listen, I said, it's not working out. I said, you're not letting me be me. You're not letting me be free. I said, I think you need to leave. So he left. Within 2 months, he was gone. You know, my ex-husband is out of the house. I said, I'm separated from him. I said, there's no one here except for me and, you know, my daughter, Rain. I said, it's just us. I said, now it's your turn. I was like, if you're going to be with me, I said, you have to make efforts. I said, even if those efforts are just getting, you know, your own step away from her.
If love is blinding you that much to the point where you're just overlooking things as glaring and as blatant as that, do you need help? You need legitimate help. You don't need to just get off social media. You need more than that. You need to sit there and find help. And whether it's a therapist or whatever it might be, someone needs to come and help you out. because that is a very big stupid mistake, if, as she calls it. Your love makes you do stupid things. So that's a very big stupid thing. Because work with me here real quick. If someone you meet online tells you, you know what, I'll get together with you if you choose me over your husband or your girlfriend, right, or your wife, they sit there and say, you know what, if you're gonna, you gotta choose me or you gotta choose them. And granted, you never spoken to me online at all. Well, you spoken to me online, but you never had an actual FaceTime. You never had a phone call. You never met up with me in person. We never done anything. But you know what? You need to choose me or him. And you need to divorce him now if you want to be with me. I mean, it should be pretty obvious. You're going to tell a person to go fuck themselves because you never even met them. In what universe are you ever going to break up or divorce your spouse if you have never even seen or talked to the other person at all? You're, at this point, you're going to get married to a ghost. They don't exist. They're not real. You know, you can sit there and use the cop-out, the copium response of, well, I was going to get a divorce anyway. Sure, that's fine. But to sit there and make that decision only because someone that you met online sit there and said, it's either me or them. Make up your mind. On top of that, always giving money in forms of gift cards over and over and over. Now, I don't know. Maybe she has a fuckload of money, and so $10,000 is like chump change to her. She's like, you know, love makes you do, you know, silly, wacky things, and, you know, only lost 10,000. You know, it is what it is. I blocked him. I moved on my day. You know, it's bad, but it could be worse. And look, I'm not sitting there trying to say that what she went through with her ex-husband isn't trauma or any of that. I fully get that. I don't know the situation. It wasn't revealed, nor is it my business to know what happened. All I'm saying is from an outsider perspective and from someone who's just, you know, being completely real and honest with you, no matter what the circumstance or what the situation might have been, to just give someone $10,000, you have, like, to throw your logical logic and your rational thinking, your critical thinking skills out the window, and then you just say it's because of love makes you do crazy, stupid things. That's a cop-out, bro. There's something more to it. I can't imagine ever being in love with someone and then I think that I'm in love with like some celebrity and I met them over the internet and then they ask me to send them gift cards and checks. And I'm sitting there just oh, all right, hey, you know, why not? You're the best. Granted, I'm not saying that this is just a her circumstance. This only happened to her. It happens to many people. It happened with the whole Slicker shit that happened last year, the Twitch scam, where he kept asking his viewers to send him money. A motherfucker who was just gambling money all the fucking time, was clearly making a lot of money at one point and then just wasted all of it on gambling. But viewers kept giving him money because they were like, why not, man? You're one of my favorite streamers. I give you money. It's no problem, man. When in reality, you probably shouldn't. If someone is a celebrity, a big streamer, a big influencer, whatever brand tag you want to give them, if there's someone that looks like they make a fuckload of money, they get a shitload of views on whatever platform they're on, 9 times out of 10, they probably got a fuckload of money, way more than you have yourself. And if they come ask you for money, that should be a red flag to say, fuck no, you're blocked, and then move on with your life. But that is just my words of wisdoms from my perspective. Anyways, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments.